Yo guys, so it's your boy the Fire Messiah. Today we are doing our last session before we head off to Romania for World Junior Championships. It's been a long road up until this point. We've been prepping for this competition specifically for like 10 weeks now, and even prior to that it was something that we were thinking about since after Nationals. So it's been a long road to get to this point. We're now 4 days out, so I fly to Romania on Wednesday. It's Monday today, doing our last session, so I thought we'd come up to Gymshark. Obviously this is where we did Nationals, and this is also like just somewhere that I like coming down when like something crazy is going to happen. So yeah, we're down at Gymshark today. We got the boy Joey here. Obviously he's competing as well, he's in the 83s, and yeah, just do our last session. It's nothing too crazy, it's just kind of like not going through the motions, but it's that last session, my last squat session. So just gonna make sure we don't tax our body too much, and yeah, get ready for the rest of the video. So see you guys in a bit.
So for you both, what's the mindset then going into Worlds?
I would say for me personally, it's been a balance of trying to use other people as motivation, but then remembering that at the end of the day, the person you're trying to be is yourself. Because powerlifting, although obviously you're going against other people, you can't impact what they do, so it's really down to you versus you. And obviously my training this block has gone really well, but then going into a comp, the lowest ranked I've ever been, is like, it's been at points demotivating, but at the same time it's a challenge. I just have to use it to propel me to do even better, and then just remember that I'm going into this comp with like people not necessarily looking at me. So where that's not as much pressure, the way that I'm built, I always want to be in the mix. I never want to just go to a competition just to show up, do you know what I mean? And I know that if I do what I'm capable of doing, I can be in the mix anyway. So it's really just a matter of just focusing on myself, executing the best that I can, and then just, yeah, like I would say at points motivation has dipped and come back, but that's always going to happen. But that just has to be where you don't base your train, whether or not you train or whether or not you get what you need to get done on motivation, you base it on discipline. So yeah, there was a point like, I think like 8 weeks out, it was like getting a bit rough. But then as long as you work through that patch and you don't let it impact you, you're going to come out the other side. So yeah.
Yeah, obviously, so based on my last like 2 comp preps, I've been like hit and miss. So I came into prep this peak quite nervous because obviously my prep for Nationals went sideways a bit. But luckily, like Nate said, this comp, I've had a bit less pressure since I'm like ranked 5th in the noms. So people underestimate, like, sure, we're big, strong guys, but like there's a lot more to it, like than moving metal circles, right? Like there's a mindset thing, and I think that luckily now there's less pressure, so we can just like focus on balling out, like. Yeah, so there's less of a worry of like maybe like letting people down, like stuff like that. Like you want to do your own best, you want to do your best on your squat bench instead. And then luckily for me and Nate, say we do like our best and ball out, that could be a podium place, that could be a medal in certain lists, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's been a way more smoother prep on my behalf, luckily now. But now we just have to focus on balling out on comp day and showing up.
Another thing going into this comp, I would say, is like dealing with the pressure, because in terms of guys that do powerlifting, there are a lot of like influencers, let's say, that get into powerlifting and take powerlifting seriously. And the thing with that is, when you do that, you have so many more eyes on you. And while that's a good thing, it's also a bad thing, because you have more people that are counting on you. Obviously, as you were saying like before, like yeah, like we're more focusing on ourselves. When people will come up to me and like tell me like, I don't know, like Sarah's over there, like I'm looking forward to watching your comp and whatnot. I'm just like, it feels like added pressure, but at the same time, like I said before, like pressure is a privilege at the end of the day. Like the fact that people have like there's eyes on me and people are watching is obviously put me in the position where I'm in now, where obviously we've got Gymshark, you know, sponsoring and whatnot. Like all those things are great, but then it is that added pressure. So I felt like it's been like so much more mental than it has been physical, because both of us, like, we've trained for a while now, so training isn't necessarily a problem. You'll get sore, things kind of hurt, but other than that, it's not deep. But it's the mental aspect. It's like, how long can you stay motivated? Focus. How long can you stay focused? The thing is, if you put your head down and just keep going, when you look up, you're actually going to be way further ahead than you were before. Because even in terms of totals, last year when I did bucks, I don't know if you guys remember, I had a 730 kilo total, and the guy that won Dapo had a 790 kilo total, and that at that point was like unfathomable. Like he went into that comp and like soloed, like there was no one even close. And now I keep working for the last year, pick my head up and it's like, oh shoot, I'm probably going to total more than that, and that was a total which literally a year and a half ago was literally not even a consideration. Like no one thought anyone was going to beat Dapo at that point. So it's like that's how you do it at the end of the day. You just, the more you work and the less you just focus on those external things and you have like an intrinsic focus, the better it's going to be. So yeah, man. Yeah. So 2 days fly to Romania, and yeah, man. Just have
it's
to.
been good, bro. Honestly,
It has, bro. I appreciate you. Bro. I've said this story a million times, but if I didn't meet Joey back in January and it lit a fire under me to actually take powerlifting seriously, none of this would have ever happened, and I feel like I'm so much better for it.
I'm glad, man. It's good.
But yeah, I feel like and it's good like having a dance partner. Do you know what I mean? In a sense of like we can both like bounce off of each other in terms of that, and it's just like make content more. So I've enjoyed it, man. I've enjoyed it. It's been good. But yeah, man, it's time to go. It's time to.
Ready?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready. So
man.
you guys, this will be the last video probably until competition. So wish me luck, wish us luck, and see you in Romania. So peace out. Yo guys, so we're in the gym now. We have our last session before comp. Literally just stiff leg deadlifts and bench. Nothing too crazy today. Once we flew in this morning, I took a nap. Trying to get the body feeling right for competition. Got to make sure my weight is in a good place as well, so I don't want to be eating too much out here. But yeah, man, it's pretty surreal being here, to be fair. You're surrounded by like loads of like crazy lifters and whatnot. Yeah, man, we just have to focus on what we need to do and execute to the best of our ability and try to stay relaxed. Last thing you want to do is get too worked up. So yeah, guys, do this last session and finish it off strong. We've had a long prep, lots of work that has led up to this point. So we just have to make sure that we make it worthwhile. So let's go.